Have you ever thought about building a container home? This lady managed to build two-bedroom units out of 2 containers. Check this out. Serenity container home, which is in Kitengela, Kenya, and I'm so happy I got a chance to come to visit this Airbnb, because one of the biggest reasons I started this channel is just to give an idea to people of what is possible, what happens when you push the limit, and what can be done basically. I was housed by a very friendly host at Kitengela who has managed to build 2 gorgeous 2-bedroom units out of containers. For those who do not know, Kitengela is in a hot area, so she was trying to create a nice space on the outside where people could visit and get to enjoy outside living as much as possible. So she's done this fence and a nice grassed area outside where, as you can see, the houses are good veranda, so when you're sitting on the outside you still get to enjoy a very nice cooling environment and there's a swing, there's a few things outside that just to give you some feeling of outdoor living. She separated this space with a divider, a privacy divider. I think we'll see it once I pan to that side. What I liked about this external space is just the level of comfort that it has. You can see from the choice of her furniture that she really put into account outdoor comfort. As I have mentioned before, this house has been made completely from containers. So what she did was combine 2 40-foot containers to make a 2-bedroom unit. The original idea was just to create a 2-bedroom unit from the 2 containers. Originally, what was in the plan was actually just the unit on the lower ground floor, but she ended up with the top floor, just as apparently the material that had been left over, when you combine, you see there are 2 containers, so they share a common face. When she cut that out to increase the space for the lower unit, she was able to reuse, or rather repurpose, the 2 faces of the container to make the unit that's on top. So she got a 2-bedroom at the lower ground, on the ground level, but she also was able to get another 2-bedroom at the top. Then for the 2-bedroom, that's when she created the space for the front area where we had just seen, and to access the top floor, she created these wonderful stairs, the steel stairs that you see. So she mentioned that everything that was not from the container itself, like the doors, the windows, the stairs, that did not come from the container, was fabricated on the site itself. So they cut the doors and the windows and the voids just to create the holes, and then they fabricated these ones on site so that they could match. As you can see, there's a space between the 2 containers, and this is where she joined the 2 containers. So she did not just butt them against each other. She left a 4-foot space, which is around 1.2 meters, so that you have 8 feet of one container, then another 8 feet from another container, which is the width of the container, plus an additional 4 feet. So that's 8 plus 8, 16, and then 4 more, so you get 20. So that increased the space of the unit on the inside, as we will see later. If you've ever wondered where the services are hidden in a container unit, so for her, she chose to put the services on the outside. As you can see, there's a gas connection for the cooker, I'm guessing, and then there's also the heater for the water for the house. That's just an extra tank there. And then she managed to hide the hanging line so splendidly along the face of the lower container, so that it's it did not impede on the space there, this space that they'd spared at the back of the house. So this is a very nice contraption here that they made for hanging clothes that can basically fold away when it's not in use. What do you think of this system? Do you like it? Would you use it for your house? So she was trying to show me how this works. As you can see, there's more than enough space to hang clothes if you prefer to dry your clothes on a hanging line. And then you can just fold it back into place, and there you go. I was very curious about the space. There's a clear perspex material you can see splitting the two units, the one at the bottom and the one at the top. And she mentioned to me that the cubes were actually of different heights. So one was a high cube, one was a low cube. So in order to match the height for that makes the floor for the top unit, they had to introduce I'll call it like a long window, but it's a perspex sheet that covers the entire difference, and that creates a very nice lighting component on inside the house because the sun actually set to the side. Then one of the other things that I liked about this container was the color they chose, because this area is a very dusty area and the dust has a clayey look to it, so it can very quickly make a house look not so nice. But they chose a very good gray that made the house look modern and complemented the surroundings very, very well. So we've basically gone around the house. This is the door side of the container. Still the same detail. You can see the gap that they left between the two units. And here they've placed a window on the side, but on the other side they put a door. So that gap, that's extra 4 feet that was created using this method, was very helpful. One of the things that keeps jumping out at me on this house was the level of detailing that they had to their elements. For example, the lighting and some very unique components like a bathtub. And it's a hot area, so one of my questions to her was, why would you have a bathtub on the outside? And she said it's for cooling down. Normally you use a bathtub maybe to just keep warm or to shower using, you'd think, hot water. But she said this specific bathtub here was for cooling down during the hot weather that this area faces. As you can see at the back end, that's a privacy screen that has been introduced to kind of fence off the compound and make you feel like you're living in your own area, so you won't necessarily feel like you're exposed, so you can bath here in peace should you decide to visit. Something else to note, when she's designing these external spaces, I noticed that she was very keen to make sure she provides someone with all the accessories that you need in order to make it also a functional space. For example, the sockets on the walls was such a I know it's a small thing, but it was such a huge feature for me. And also, you see, for the balcony, the front area in front of the house, she put this thermal layer between the roofing and basically the truss, so that it kind of regulates the heat outside, because as we've said, this is a hot area. Now let's go inside the house. This house is just spectacular. From the layout to the lighting to the choice of furniture, it was just on point and no notes. It's just so good. If you'd sent me this picture or this video and told me that this is a container house, I would not have believed you at all, because they've managed to fit so much into such a tiny space. Because once you enter the room, the house, let me say, you're greeted by this nice living area, and this is a full couch. Like a small family will definitely fit here, no problems. And it's comfortable, it's spacious, there's area for moving around, circulation, and it's so nice. Just look at the lighting. And it's a very big space because they've managed to fit all the basics of a normal Kenyan living room very comfortably. And a quick note to the number of windows that have been installed in this house, they contribute very much to the lighting. Also, the owner had a very good taste in the choice of furniture. I feel like I'll keep repeating this because just look at the table, the chairs, look at the lighting, the lamps. They really add to the space. When you enter the house, on your right, there's that dining table, and there's also that storage cabinet where you get to place your things as you enter the house, and then you can come back to the sitting room if you wish to rest, or you can proceed to the bedroom area, which is now to the right. That corridor leads to the bedroom area. This main area also has the space you're seeing there is a study, which I thought was such a nice idea because you can work without being too far away from the community, from your people. So it's a very nice hidden nook, and that is off the kitchen, which is separated by this big island here, which can comfortably sit 3 on one side very comfortably, and you can even add more seats on the other side should you wish to. Here is where we get to appreciate the space that was created by merging the two containers together, because she managed to find space where you can put, this is a very sizable kitchen island and a very, very sizable kitchen, as you can see, because she has all the essentials, not just all the essentials, she's not lacking for anything in this kitchen. She has a full-sized fridge, a full-sized cooker with oven, this very nice island I love, which of course I love the wood finish that goes very well with the tiling finish on the floor. But yeah, this kitchen island also has space, so you can still use it for storage, and at the same time it sits people comfortably. So if you're a young family, maybe you can prepare your food there while feeding your children, while someone is working in the study, and just you can have a very wholesome living experience here. If you're very keen, you'll see the difference between the container, the wall, and the other container which created to this space. As I was saying, she was not lacking for appliances, and she has very nice countertops, very granito, and then she has that very full oven, more than enough, very big fridge, so much storage. I kept asking her what her inspiration for this space was, and she said she just loves kitchens, and she makes them be the focal point of the houses that she has, and you can see truly her love for the kitchen. As for the height of the house, it's very high because it's a high cube. It's more than 3 meters, so more than enough space. And also here you get to appreciate the space that we saw from the back, the perspex, and the effect on lighting it has on the house, because every place is very well lit. You also get to appreciate the windows that she has spread all over the house, because they bring a lot of light and they just contribute to the space very well. So let me try to get a video of the entire living room area and how it just all ties in together. So that's the one container at the living room area, then that's the extension, the 4-foot extension, and that's the other container. Then this is the beautiful study that we've already covered, with lots of space for storage and shelves. Just if you love books and you're a book nerd, or you want to work in the afternoon sun, just this is so nice. Just look at these floors, marvelous. Do you remember the lighting, the perspex we were seeing from the outside? I don't know if this is a very good shot of it, but that's the light that it sort of brings to the room, very ambient and very warm. I will let you appreciate the rest of the spaces, and let's meet on the top floor. I know some of you are curious about the cost of this project, but for this specific project, the owner did it as a passion project, so they did not keep a close tab of the cost that was associated with the cost. But should you need something like this, I can get you in contact with them. Hi, and we are back to the top floor. As you saw, we took the steel staircase, and up here she's also replicated the same balcony style, so you get to live outside as with the other unit. I liked that you still got to have a sense of personalized space and the colors and the furniture choice and everything just from the lower floor, just replicated here. Let me not lie to you, this first floor unit felt like one of those places you can just have a nice afternoon nap and relax, and all is well with the world, for maybe an hour or two. As with the lower unit, she was very keen on making the space very livable. Her choice of tiles for the outdoor space was just almost healing, and you can see that's a full dining set just so that you are able to enjoy living outside should you wish to. You can see she's still incorporated the same colors, the same textures, and just it's a very nice outside living space. And if there's something I've taken from this series of houses, is just make the space outside your home also livable, so that you just don't need to stay in house all the time. There's more to life on the outside, Yes. So that's the outside. Let us go to the inside. I hope you're ready. Definitely cozier in comparison to the lower unit where we just were. For the living room area, she's managed to fit a sofa, a 2-person sofa, and a love seat, and it's just so cute. And also you can see she's fitted everything, a table, a TV, so you will not still lack for anything. It's just that it's a smaller house compared to the other one. The reason why it's a smaller house is because this unit sits on one of the 2 container units we saw. So this one is just 1 container unit and the 4 feet of space that was added. And the only part of this unit that projects onto the 2 containers is the master bedroom, which we will see in a minute. But she's comfortable. She's put a very nice L-shaped kitchen, and you can see this one is more colorful. The other one was very clean cut, very well, like modern design. This is more personal. It has like a cottage homey feel. It's just very nice. The blue is bright and it feels warm and comfortable. She put in an induction cooker. She said this was just to save on space, and it actually consumes not so much electricity as most people worry about that. So apparently it was a good choice for her, and it's been working so far. As always, her choice of tiles is just perfect, and they go so well with this space. You can see the grey on the countertop and the backsplash. Actually, the countertop has a contact paper, so they did that using a board, and then they added a countertop to create that granite feel. But it came out so well. I like the oval sink. Of course, it's always nice to have a fun feature in the house, as always. So we'll head to the first bedroom. It is the smaller bedroom, but I will not necessarily call it small because, as you can see, it has a storage cabinet for your clothes. It also has a big bed, 5x6, and that is enough for this. So for this upper unit, they had to do a roof over it. So they did a roof and put a gypsum ceiling, and that's what you're seeing there. And basically, this is a nice bedroom, 2 windows, so it gets very good lighting, very nice lamps. And I was curious about what they did for the floor. So they added on top of the container top, they added a marine board, and then they did PVC tiling and a wooden skirting. So that is what gave it this very nice look. So that's a PVC tile on this floor, just to try and reduce the weight of the floor. But it's a very warm space, and the choice again of the tile, as we've seen with this house, goes well with the house. And this is a much warmer house because they've played off the different palette, or just the grays as we saw on the lower ground. But this is a warmer house with peach, is that peach? Yes, on the wall, and it's a very nice bedroom. Something to note in this house is the type of lighting that has been chosen, and I kept telling the owner that the choice of lighting in this house is just, it makes the house just a bit different, more interesting, and it brings such a nice feature. So next up, we'll go to the washroom. I wanted to go to the master first, but I met this along the way, so washroom first. And it's a very interesting looking bathroom because it seems to have 2 doors. So you can either get in the way I just have through the corridor, or you can get in also from the master bedroom. So you can access it directly from the master bedroom, but you have to lock 2 doors. And then you can also access it from the main corridor that they came through, that one. And it's a very beautiful room, as with all the other rooms in this space, because of all the lighting that you get. This is such an immaculate washroom. The grey tile, the white tile just ties into the space very well. The lighting here is bright, and when the sun sets, it hits it very well. As you can see, the blue from the cabinets in the kitchen and the living room area is also replicated here, just bringing a pop of color. What I liked about this unit is the consistent use of color, and it has a more playful vibe. Then from the bathroom, you go to the master bedroom. I'll re-access the master bedroom from the corridor. So that's how we entered from the living room. And then there's this very beautiful master bedroom space. They managed to create a very interesting detail with the roofing, the trussing. So that pointy area, forgive my architectural terms, and the window offer very good lighting to this area, and also this shade of pink is very nice. There's a wall of art that surrounds, basically you can see from your bed. That's where we came from. But at the same time, this room, which now sits on both containers, has a very magnificent sitting space, a reading nook with a closet on one side, but this space and the way the light hits it is very, very beautiful at night and in the afternoons. I think definitely this is one of my best spaces in this house. It's off the master bedroom, so there's a study desk where there's a window on that side, and then you get these 2 lovely sitting chairs. So this nice reading hook is what brings us to the end of this episode, and this home has just been something else for us to visit. It's been very nice. It's been a very nice experience. I enjoyed my stay here, and it's also double blessing when the host allows me to film some of these places, because this is how people get to know what's out there. And should you wish to visit this area, it's in Kitengela for those in Kenya or just looking for accommodation. It's called Serenity Homes Kitengela. The links will be in the description below. Thank you.